Good afternoon.
I'm waiting for you to start. We don't rehearse anything.
No, we do not. We do not. Good afternoon, Lancaster. Welcome to Lancaster Connects.
Every Monday at 2 o'clock starts with Ben going.
Pretty much.
So I wanted to see.
I'm just wondering
if I could bait him.
So can I share a story? Worlds collided this weekend.
They did.
Heard about this. Ben's personal life and Ben's Lancaster Connects life, our Lancaster Connects life, collided yesterday morning. Shout out to Acorn Acres, and Betsy Shank. They if you're not familiar with Acorn Acres, they are just off of 741 south of Columbia Avenue. They help out our small furry friends,
little woodland
squirrels,
creatures.
the woodland creatures, the squirrels, rabbits, woodchucks, possums, groundhogs, all of them. Anyway, I went to church yesterday morning and we found a little baby rabbit in the parking lot struggling. And I know what to do. I reached out to Acorn Acres via Facebook message. They said, bring him in. It just so happened I had about an hour's worth of time before church started. So I'm like, I can do this. We got a box. We put the little baby bunny in the box, rushed him to to Acorn Acres, dropped him off where he got medication and some care. I've got a little patient number so I can go online to and check the patient status. He's not logged in there yet. So I'm not sure how he's doing. Hopefully he's made it. They think maybe he got maybe attacked by a dog, or maybe there was a gash from a dog. That was just Betsy's initial assessment of the situation. But I had enough time, maybe 2 or 3 minutes, to get a little tour of Acorn Acres facility, which is just unbelievable. Their operation. I got to see some of the
professional over there.
Yeah, I got to see some of the rehabbing squirrels and possums and groundhogs.
They run on treadmills and
no, it's nothing like that.
Do little leg extensions on a leg weight machine.
I will say, the squirrels, I just kind of peeked into the squirrel room, and their cages are their containers are rather large, and they were very active in there. Now, I can't say that they had wheels to, do exercise on, but they were definitely, doing squirrel stuff, like obviously they weren't jumping from tree to tree, but they were doing squirrel stuff
that's for the advanced rehab room in the other wing.
Yes. So maybe next week we'll have an update for our little baby bunny. I don't know, but I got a business card with his number on it, with his patient number on it. So we're praying for the squirrel.
And Nick G's tuning in.
That's my buddy. That's my buddy Nick from college. Hello, Nick. Bartow is the next town over from Boyertown. Thanks for watching, Nick. Appreciate it.
Nick, anytime you want to throw some good college stories of Ben in the comments.
So Nick is the wrong person to tempt with that.
Oh, no. It sounds like Nick's the perfect person to tempt. And it was Ben's birthday on Saturday, too.
It was. Yeah.
So there's that. Just saying, anybody watching.
Yep. But
it's just embarrass the guy.
Yeah, I'm cool. I mean, that's pretty much every day for me, right? That's pretty much every day. But shout out to Acorn Acres and Betsy.
Yep.
Wonderful organization. If you ever come across a little creature in need, again, squirrels, rabbits, groundhogs, opossums, hit by a car, obviously still alive, take them to Acorn Acres and they can help out. Yeah, see, I don't need any stories to embarrass myself. That's just going to happen, Jeff. You know this. You know this. This is episode 213 of Lancaster Connect. It's just going to happen.
I'm gonna let that go. Obviously alive, but yeah. Please don't bring roadkill to Betsy. Please,
they do not want.
We'll just close the segment there. Let's move on.
They do the very best they can for.
They do, yeah. And I actually had the opportunity. I guess it was earlier this year.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
saved some raccoons that crawled under my shed. Little baby raccoons that mom unfortunately abandoned. And so yeah, we've both been able to do that now.
There they are. Maybe we shouldn't go to the patient status page, Chris, yet. But this morning, our little guy wasn't on there. But yeah, they have a little patient status tab there, and you can scroll.
We're pulling for you, little Bob the bunny.
He doesn't have a name. Yeah, Bob. Bob's good.
Bunny Bob. So
yeah, good people there.
Yeah, Betsy does great work. All right, and so yeah, it was an interesting weekend. Ben's birthday, Ben's bunny story, blocked field goals. There were 3 of them
in 3 different games.
3 different games, wild outcomes. So, maybe that's just exciting for this fall. Wild fall for everybody. I would hope you have a wild, wonderful fall.
And of course, the birds took birds was one of them, right?
I've got nothing to say so far this year about Eagles football. I'm one of those fans. We're 3-0 and I'm unhappy.
Well, they can't always wait until the end of the game to win the game, right? That's going to catch up to them.
It's been 4 years of that.
Yeah. Yep. That's true. That's true.
Super Bowl or not, it's a disgrace for the amount of talent they put on the field.
Yep.
Anyway.
Yep. Hey, they got how many more games to figure it out?
That was a hustle play. That was great.
Yep. That was the last few seconds of the game.
But we can't do that at 59 minutes and 27, 55 seconds.
I hear you.
So anyway, it's time for our mattress tip for you. And just like football starts at minute 1, good football starts at minute 1. A great sleep experience starts at minute 1, so to say. And that's what's under your mattress, your foundation, your frame, and your support. A lot of couples come in and they're talking about, I don't want to feel my spouse move when they toss and turn, when they get into bed, when they get out of bed. We have different sleep schedules. I'm sick and tired of this bed like moving around on me and feeling like I'm getting shaken left to right, side to side, up and down. And a mattress can help with that. There's a lot of technology in mattresses between different comfort layers and coil systems and structures that can help with that. But if you put it on a shaky bed frame, an old bed frame where the rivets have worn out, the screws and bolts are loose, a wood bed frame that's rickety, or maybe it needs to be tightened, an old box spring, a platform bed with slats that are too thin, too far apart, all of that can contribute to motion. All of that can contribute to an unstable structure. All of that can contribute to the motion in the mattress that you don't want.
I like this little dance you're doing.
Yeah, right. I'm actually just itching my back. No, I'm kidding. All of that can contribute to an unhappy sleep experience, disruptions, more disruptions throughout the night, less quality sleep, and all of a sudden you're just waking up grumpy. And we don't want that. And so it all starts with what's under the mattress. A great foundation, a great stable support really does equal a great night's sleep when you put a great mattress on top with great pillows and sheets, all of that stuff. So that's my mattress tip for you. We'll get to the sleep better tip later in the show. I've got a great one for you, but that's where I wanted to start today.
You're saying even the best mattress, most expensive mattress in the world is really affected by what's underneath it.
Yeah. It's like anything great, right? Like look at the road construction going on 222 and 30. We're all suffering through it right now. But when we get to cruise in 8 lanes of glory on 222 and 30,
hopefully
when it's all said and done and we're doing the flyovers on the bridges, it's all going to be great. But right now we're just suffering through a lot of up and down and weaving in and out.
Yep. Yeah.
We'll get there. Maybe it's all coming up out of the ground as a great foundation.
Yep.
Same thing with your mattress. So yes. Yep.
Few quick Lancaster Connects things. You might be watching this live on Facebook or YouTube. Thank you for doing that. If you are watching, just like Nick, my buddy Nick did, give us a like.
For some comments, Nick.
Yeah. He's probably furiously typing one up. Share something during the show. Maybe you have a question for our guests. By all means, we can share that on our show as well. While you're on YouTube, subscribe. Give a subscribe there. Like us on Facebook. Past episodes are at lancasterconnects.com/episodes, or just hit the Lancaster Connects page. And at the top, you'll see watch past episodes. You can scroll through all past 212 episodes. You can also do the same on our YouTube channel. And this show features conversations with typically nonprofits and charitable organizations, great people doing amazing things in this community. Lancaster, we like to highlight those stories. From time to time, we'll have small business owners on who have an angle to give back to the community. We love to share those stories. If you're one of those people who would like to be featured on Lancaster Connects, like our actually guest did today, they reached out to us at lancasterconnects.com/guest. There's a simple form there. Tell us who you are, the organization you represent, and why you'd be a good fit for Lancaster Connects, and we'll get you on the show. We're booking into November and December at this point, and of course into 2026, which just feels crazy to say, but
it's the future.
It will be here. It is the future. It'll be here before we know it. So If you'd like to be featured
right
on Lancaster Connects, hit that page and fill out the form.
I think it's time for our guests.
Let's bring them on.
The ladies were story. The Bob the Bunny story was
It was a little long.
there. But hopefully we made you laugh backstage, and hopefully we made our watchers laugh a little bit.
Well, I was going to say you could
well,
take the bunnies to my house because I feel like my backyard is bunny acres and there's so many bunnies living in my yard. So
Yes.
if it recovers, I can't take care of injured ones, but
I got you. Yeah. So when Bob has fully recovered, we can release your a release. Okay. Yeah.
Not on purpose. It's just become a bunny sanctuary.
I think that's almost anywhere in Lancaster County.
I almost couldn't go without reciting how much wood would a woodchuck chuck.
Keep going.
No,
that's the
whole thing.
I do.
At Acorn Acres, that's the daily pledge. That's how they start their day.
Oh, yeah.
Excellent.
That would be funny. That would be funny. All right. So joining us today from Lancaster Food Hub, we've got Erin Conahan in the upper right-hand corner. She is the Director of Advancement. And at the bottom of the screen, we've got Paige McFarling, who is the Executive Director at Lancaster Food Hub. Ladies, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you being here and taking the time out of your busy day with all the ways you serve there at Lancaster Food Hub.
Yeah, let's first find out what Lancaster Food Hub is. Last week, for people who watched last week's episode 212, we had Whittle Farm on. That's not Little with a speech impediment. That's Whittle with a W. Whittle Farm in E-Town. They are a farm that I know I'd get you on that one.
Matt, you said that.
They grow produce on their farm, and everything that they grow is harvested and donated out. And they said one of the organizations that food is donated to is Lancaster Food Hub. And it's pretty ironic that Lancaster Food Hub is our guest for today. And Erin, I know you have a connection to Whittle Farm, and Matt, I think you even spent some time with them this past week. So maybe you could talk a little bit about that, but then let's hear what Lancaster Food Hub is here to do.
Sure. Yeah. I had the opportunity to speak with Matt from Whittle Farms last week for Mocktails and Meaning at Annunciation Church that they host monthly. And we got to just talk about our great partnership and collaboration with one another, which has just been wonderful. Great with the Food Hub. So
yeah, it's amazing the work that they do there, and how that farm has grown, and their vision for the future. It's really cool that sort of place exists in Lancaster, and and the community helps. They donate their time, all the volunteer hours put into there, and then they produce something that people in need can use. So it's pretty cool. So let's hear what Lancaster Food Hub is all about.
Go ahead, Erin.
Sure. So Lancaster Food Hub, we're downtown at 812 North Queen Street, 2 blocks back from the train station. And we are a 27,000 square foot facility. And we provide food, clothing, and outreach services for unhoused neighbors. So neighbors, families, individuals, they can come here once a month for food or once every 60 days for clothing. And then we're open in the afternoons for outreach services for unhoused and homeless folks. We provide a pretty substantial box of shelf-stable items, fresh produce, lean proteins, dairy, eggs, and thanks to partnerships like with Whittle Farms and Central PA Food Bank, and we have great corporate partnerships with Food Recovery that we go out every day and are able to pick things up, as well as smaller donations that come in. We're able to support, between all of our 3 areas of service, 73,000 people a year come through our doors. Which is great. It's great. It's great that we're here to do this. I wish we didn't have to serve so many people. But we're very thankful to be a very relational support and connect with people, meeting people where they're at, and really just serving people with dignity.
Question right out of the gate. And Ben's like, oh, great. Here we go. I have very defined questions. And here's Jeff. So I have, if you've been a long time watcher of Lancaster Connects, Jeff has slimmed down.
You have.
I just talked about myself in the third person here. That was weird. I have slimmed down.
The summer of George.
So I have a robust, both in size and volume business wardrobe that I really just kind of want to get rid of.
We can take it off your hands for you.
Is that useful? Like, are suits and dress codes
absolutely
legitimately useful?
Yes,
I don't want to see it turned into carpet padding, which is where some of that stuff ends up at.
No, we take new and gently used items, men's, women's, children's, baby clothes, shoes, all the things like that. Even if it's outside of season, because we are such a large facility, we're able to store things. We just turned over our fall and winter items for the community. And right on Clay Street, we have a drop off. You can just pull right up, ring a little bell, and we can take your donations for you. And we weigh everything. And it really allows our neighbors the opportunity to shop with dignity so they can get what they need when they need it for free. So we'll take all your suits.
Ties?
A special
ties? Yes.
Special plug for all men's clothing and school-age kids. We cannot keep it in stock. So yes, please. Suits, ties, you bet.
Even bigger guy sizes.
Especially.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I will definitely do it. Yeah, I'm gonna just go down to the basics. I've reached a point in life where a suit and tie are for church and funeral. And I need a blue one and a black one for that. And that's it. So all the other stuff was all really great. So I just bring that up to share with our watchers and listeners. You probably feel the same way as I do. You want to make sure that what you are donating really gets put to use. Not to say that some places do seek to put your donations into other recycled fiber, because that's where a lot of clothing does end up, is other recycled fiber needs down the road. And in some cases, carpet padding, blanketing, wrapping industry. But especially good quality dress clothes, business attire, it can really serve a great purpose for somebody going on an interview, getting a job, maybe at a hotel or a restaurant or something like that as a host or hostess. So anybody watching, just think about that, where those things in your closet that you want to make more room for could go to create really great impact and really be something that, as you said, shop with dignity, be excited about what they're getting, as opposed to just maybe more a utilitarian garment.
The really great thing about the clothing bank is, and we've learned this kind of recently, not only does all of that, when all of the clothing goes out into the community for free, right? We don't charge for any of that. You wonder if it makes a difference. Is it really being worn? Is it ending up in somebody's trash can? What's happening here? And so we worked with our good friends at Community Aid to come up with kind of a way to calculate what community impact value our clothing can bring for Lancaster. And turns out all that free clothing is about almost $1 million in community impact each year. There's that much clothing coming in and going out into the community for free. So we were proud of that. Pretty excited.
Yeah, clothing is actually our longest and oldest running program. We started 1947 as the Lancaster County Council of Churches, and clothing was our first opportunity to give back into the community, and it's just evolved and grown since then. So,
yeah, I'm always curious to find out how some of these Lancaster charities and nonprofit organizations got started. So you said 1947?
1947. Yep. Yeah.
Wow. And has it always been in that same location?
No. Do you want to take that one?
So, in the 1940s, many of the churches in kind of the mainline Lancaster area said, we could probably do more. They wanted to stretch across, create some ecumenical dialogue and find ways they could have impact in the community. And they felt they could do more of that together. At that same time, Mennonite Central Committee, which was also really young, was supporting Mennonite refugees coming out of Russia. And one of the things that the Council of Churches partners thought they could do was make sure that everyone was clothed. And so that launched our first program, the Clothing Bank. Many people think it was the food pantry, but it was the Clothing Bank that came first.
And then when did the Food Hub officially get started?
The food pantry part of the Council of Churches, I don't have a specific date on. I can tell you that we changed our name from Council of Churches to the Food Hub in late 2019, early 2020, but I'm not exactly sure. It was not too far on the heels of the clothing bank.
It's awesome.
Very interesting.
How what are some of the challenges that you face with across the different charity programs that you run?
Oh goodness.
I think, there are really unexpected challenges that we face and how quickly the needs can shift. So during times of inflation or federal program cuts, we see a sudden surge of individuals and neighbors seeking food support, which also can just sort of strain the supply and demand of things. Mm-hmm. Another challenge, less visible, is housing insecurity in Lancaster County. We are seeing that grow pretty significantly as many of our neighbors are navigating being unhoused, but also food scarcity, transportation, medical access. So it's very kind of layered needs in the community. And through partnerships, we are able to overcome these. So like with Whittle Farms and other local farms and grocers, they step in with food donations when our shelves get low. We have faith communities and schools that organize drives and provide volunteers. We have healthcare providers and social service agencies that collaborate with us. So neighbors don't just receive food, but they also get connected to critical supports. And most recently with the launch of our new outreach center, which went from 500 square feet to 5,000 square feet, we've been able to really collaborate and launch and scale up the amount of partners that we're working with, businesses, donors, advocates, that are really invested in our community. So
I'm always, it's fun when we do these shows because we see how interconnected all of these Lancaster-based organizations are. We donate mattresses monthly to Off the Streets, and they are directly impacting those facing homelessness, mm-hmm. right? Do you coordinate with them? Do you connect with them?
Mm-hmm. Yes, we do, with both Off the Streets and the PA Furniture Mission.
We have them on the show as well.
Between the three of us, we're pretty closely connected in helping as we're trying to help people find their way once they've found housing, or Off the Streets helps find housing too. They are pretty key partners for us.
Yeah, that's great. I'm just going to say on the housing crisis and shortage, I keep putting it out there, so I'll put it out here again. I feel one of the critical ways to fix that problem is to address the fact that right across the street from us at Park City Mall, where the Sears Automotive used to be, where the Scary Circus comes into town, the Water Circus comes into town, the Italian Circus comes into town, and maybe the 6 other variants of circus that come into town. That parking lot's been vacant for the 15 years that we've been here. And there's a myriad of other commercial places across the county and our nation that are the same. And the answer is very simple to me, is to accept that these places are not going to go back to the way they were. They're not going to be the commercial development they are. And we need to stop this little fiefdom behavior of ordinance and zoning and address the fact that we got to put housing into that space. The volume of housing will fix this problem. And it's every day I come into the store, it's right there in my face, just like it is for everybody else that sees it. I just look at it that way. And we just have to stop it. So I keep putting it out there that we've got to stop this. Well, we can't do it because zoning rule R73B2BO says we can't do it.
That's the
right. No, it is. That is, isn't it? See, I know it.
We would,
right. But I think that's what we have to do. We have to just look at problems differently. And I'll keep putting it out there. That's the answer. We have to get more units into the housing supply. It's not about interest rates. It's not about cost of lumber. It's number of units. We've got to increase the supply so the demand can flatten. It's as simple as that.
So we would stand right there with you on, and we have in every survey that comes our way, how do we look at codes and zoning and all of the things that make building affordable for developers, right? Low to moderate income housing is not necessarily affordable for developers, but I'll ask you to stick this in your calculations as you are. I agree with you. There's so many commercial spaces. Why can't we make good use of them? You got to remember transportation, How close is it to a bus line that runs after 8 or 9 o'clock at night or before, and food resources? Are they within walking distance? So there is a lot of commercial opportunity, but that commercial opportunity has to be accessible. And that can cause, there is a bus that goes to Park City. Absolutely. Doesn't always run late enough at night or early enough in the morning, or to places where you can run in and get a bite to eat. So there are some, as we look at that commercial development, there are a couple of key things to keep in mind as we're citing.
Although if I lived there or Ben lived there across the street, we'd be eating curry noodle Chinese food with our one meat plate selection every day.
Yeah. We're not here every day, so it's not every day, Jeff.
So
it's not
this
every day.
Is a fresh and healthy food pantry. I don't know.
You are... you need probably an army of volunteers to do what you do at Lancaster Food Hub. Can you talk a little bit about the volunteer effort there? How the community can support through volunteering?
We certainly can, but I want to know how it is that you chose every question that we assigned to Erin. Take it away, Erin.
I don't know. We're off script.
Oh, the pressure. Oh my goodness. Yes, we have an army of volunteers, and I'm probably biased, but our volunteers are the best. They are incredibly generous and giving of their time. We have volunteers that come once a month, once a week, and some are even here just about every day. They support us in food, clothing, and intake, and we're going to be adding on some outreach opportunities as well for our unhoused neighbors. But they're helping to pack and organize boxes and sort produce and bag up items that are in larger quantities into smaller quantities. They're sorting eggs. They're taking the food items and that families or neighbors are taking and loading them into their cars or their carts or their wagons. They're sorting through clothing. So much clothing comes through us, and we need a lot of bodies to help go through it. We're a small staff. And so without our army of volunteers, there's just no way we would be able to be a fiscally sound organization, because we just wouldn't be able to meet the demand. We have about 100 to 150 people that come through in about a 2.5 hour time span to get food or clothing. And there's just some of our volunteers that do that work. And they're just the best.
So to be a volunteer, I'm assuming there's some information on your website and maybe a form to fill out?
Yep. There's some background paperwork that you have to do, your clearances. If you've never been here before, we're happy to set up a tour and show you behind the scenes of where the magic happens. But yeah, we have volunteers of all ages and walks of life. Some of our volunteers have experienced their own insecurity when it comes to basic needs growing up. And so they're choosing to give back in that way. We have one volunteer, Anne, who is 83, and she's been volunteering with us for 12 years. And she is here just about every day. I think every time I go into the warehouse, I usually bump into her, or she's planting and watering and growing our garden. She harvested like 287 cucumbers that she grew out of like our small little raised beds in front of our facility. And she's just a wonderful, wonderful woman. So, yeah, all kinds of volunteers. There's lots of ways to get involved. We're happy to bring you in, and you get a great free t-shirt.
Awesome. I love t-shirts.
Who doesn't love a free t-shirt?
For what it's worth, watching all of that website stuff that he's showing, we really need a volunteer to help with the website. I think 2019 data is pretty old. Embarrassing.
Yeah. Well, so two things. One, I'll start there, and then I want to get back to the clearances, because it was, when you brought it up, it like rang a bell in my brain up here. But to your comment about, hey, we need website help. So this is something we talk about often. Your time, that's volunteers. Your treasure, that's donations. We'll certainly talk about that. You have a big capital campaign we want to talk about. But then there's talents, right? So time, treasure, and talents. And so maybe you are working a job or two, or you're working and you have family to take care of. But your talents, you could spend a few hours at night in your free time, and you do want to give back, you could help with website right here. That's exactly what we mean when we talk about your talents. Maybe you're great at graphic design. Maybe you can build things. Maybe you can do some other stuff that helps your talents go to good. And so please, if you are good at updating websites, if you're good with that kind of stuff, reach out to Lancaster Food Hub, please. On the clearances, I'm sure a bunch of our other charities, that's part of their volunteer process. Is that something volunteers should be afraid of? I would imagine you help them navigate that.
We do help them navigate it, and your clearances are good for 5 years. So if you have them because you're doing something with another organization or a school or something, we just, need to see the copy of it. So
you're reading my mind. Yep. Yeah, I was going to say good for 5 years. And I'm guessing, is it because it's a volunteer nonprofit organization, there's no charge to process the clearances for any of your volunteers?
That's correct.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's great. So if you have clearances from elsewhere, just get them the copy. If you've never done clearances, it's not that scary. It's very easy. I've done it when I coached youth football. Very simple to do. And they carry over, and there's no charge. So no reason to not volunteer just because you heard the word have to get your clearances.
Yep. And who doesn't want a free t-shirt?
Yeah, exactly.
Plug number 2 for the t-shirts. I am hoping this is a Paige question.
Matters not.
So the capital campaign, Jeff just mentioned it. I don't want to get through our time and not have you share about that. So go ahead.
Well, actually, the capital campaign was finished until we decided to extend it. So our most recent capital campaign was for the new outreach center that Erin mentioned, the 5,000 square foot outreach center that helps support our unsheltered neighbors and works really hard to create partnerships with other agencies to help bring those services to our unsheltered clients. It's really hard to navigate when you're already tired and don't have a place to put your head down, and having to go from place to place is difficult. So to have one big outreach center where we could do things like helping with government documents, job searches, apartment searches, but mostly just being a friend, helping to build a relationship, some trust, some hope. Do you guys know the number one cause of homelessness?
The number one cause of homelessness?
The root cause.
Putting us on the hot seat.
I am.
I mean, the easy answer is financial, but you're asking for the root cause. Is it like a mental health connected?
There are all kinds of connections, but when you boil it down, the basic problem, the basic thing that causes people to end up homeless is lack of relationships and trauma. Some trauma and losing relationships. So if I had to say anything about our outreach center and what this capital campaign has made possible is the opportunity for people to come and find a friend, to find someone to hear them out, to help build a relationship, a little bit of trust, a little bit of hope, and hopefully from there, the willingness to take a step forward. So to extend our capital campaign, of the things that are happening here and have been for the last few years, demand just absolutely has skyrocketed, especially since the 2023 SNAP benefit from COVID that was ended in March rather than October. Our numbers have just skyrocketed. And so we don't have enough space. And all of the interactions that we have with people who come here, whether they need food or clothing or they're unsheltered, we try to make sure we do in a very dignified manner. And that's really hard when you show up and you're crammed in this little waiting room. So we're going to expand the waiting room. We have a brand new elevator to help people get up to that second floor outreach center and just create wayfaring pathways, literally colors on the floor. Follow blue to make it to the outreach center. Follow green to find food. Ways that we can simply help people maneuver in the space without saying, oh my goodness, he's obviously in crisis today. Let's send him upstairs. It's how do we expand that space and make sure that we are continuing a dignified experience for everyone who comes to visit.
And there's information on this expanded capital campaign on your website, I believe.
Well, not the expansion part because we just did it last Wednesday, but we'll we'll get it updated, I promise. And it's a small portion as compared to the larger capital campaign, but it all kind of happened very quickly, and so we're getting that expansion information out.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Great.
Very good. And I would imagine you have ways people can donate to the capital campaign. They can probably set a recurring donation.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Through your website. See, how did I know that?
Yeah, you can absolutely do that.
When you go to lancasterfoodhub.org/give, you can set up a one-time gift. You can donate to the actual capital campaign through the campaign page. You can talk with us about planned giving. See what I said about needing somebody to help us update the website? In any case, many ways to connect with us. And Erin is on top of all of it all the time. And so she can always answer questions and bring people in for tours and show you what it means to support the Food Hub and where your donations go.
Yep.
So I know you have coming up the Fall Festival hosted by the Lancaster Sunrise Rotary. So first, what is that? And when is it? And how can people participate?
Sure. Yeah. So Lancaster Sunrise Rotary hosts a fall festival every year. Well, this is their 6th year of doing it, and they choose a nonprofit where all of their proceeds go to support it. So we've been very fortunate this year that the Sunrise Rotary chose the Lancaster County Food Hub. So the event is Sunday, September 28th from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. That probably overlaps with some sort of sport ball situation on Sunday. But it's at Aberdeen Acres, which is in Elizabethtown. So it's at a private farm. But there will be live music, food, drinks, silent auction, live auction, axe throwing, all done in a very safe environment. And then lots of activities for kids and inflatables and just a regular good old fall festival. Which should be a lot of fun. So tickets are $25. You can order them online or you can pay at the door, and kids are free. So it's a family event.
Sounds very fun. And you're right. There is football on Sunday, but whoever set this up was very smart because you can come at 11 and be there for an hour and a half, 2 hours, catch the 1 o'clock game. Or you can come later after your 1 o'clock game and, about 3:30 on. 4 o'clock on to 6, throw some axes, have some fun, bring the kids. It's free for the kids. So y'all are really smart there. You figured it out.
Hey, Rotary has a really good system on this event. So they put on quite the show.
Yeah, I like the axe throwing.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully the kids zone and the axe throwing are two completely
I'm sure
separate
they
things.
are. Yeah.
Yeah. Everything is safe. So the proceeds from this benefit directly to Lancaster County Food Hub.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So raising money on the admission fees, I would imagine on some of the food truck proceeds.
Yep. The auction
like
items. Yep. And they've got some really good prizes. So it's a really neat community event. A great way to also just connect with other businesses, or if you're part of Rotary or you're thinking of joining Rotary, it's a great way to get connected.
Lancaster County Motors is a sponsor. Mm-hmm. Good for them. Mm-hmm. Give them a little shout out. That's great.
And it looked like there was maybe a photo of rain there. This is a rain or shine event?
It is a rain or shine event.
Yep.
There's the hatchets. Yep.
Well, being that I've been really into my motorcycle riding, it would appear as though the weather will be on your side because we're going to get the rain out of the way in the week, it seems.
Let's hope so.
That's what it's looking like right now.
The Farmer's Almanac feels like it should be fine. So we'll see.
There we go. And Jeff's motorcycle forecast says seconds it.
There we go.
There you go.
Perfect.
There you go.
That's the official stamp of approval.
Yeah. In the past, how much money have you raised off of this event?
They usually do about $40,000.
Ooh, wow.
They choose a different nonprofit to support each year. So this happens to be our year.
Yep.
That's right.
That's
awesome. Right. You did say that. Yeah. Wow. Good for you. That's great.
Yeah. They reached out to us. So we're very thankful for the partnership.
And those proceeds, are they general fund directed, held over capital campaign directed?
Yeah, I think they're just operational to just support food, clothing, and outreach services. Yeah.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
And since we're talking about donations, are you part of the Extraordinary Give coming up at the end of the year?
We absolutely are part of the Extra Give. We look forward to it every year. We have a food truck rally right in our parking lot
Cool.
from 12 to 2, and it's a pay what you can, pay what you want event. And our food trucks are Cellas, Cabalar, and Drifters. So
you got some good ones.
we have the good
yummy
ones.
lunch. Yeah.
Really good
And
food.
it sells
Yes.
out. So you got to get here and get your ticket.
Yeah. So
Very nice.
it's a good time. So we're really looking forward to that as well.
And do you have it? You're our first guest of the year that we're touching on Extra Give. It's like going to be here faster than we know.
Thank you.
It's 60 days away.
It is.
Look at that. Wow.
It's 60 days away, Ben.
Yeah. Wow.
I can't believe it. It's going to be here before we know it.
It's going to be here quick.
Yeah.
So are there like any extra kickers or pluses for your fundraising efforts that you want?
We're looking for sponsorships right now. And so companies can join us. And so those are our sponsors from last year. And we're able to use the sponsorships as like matching giving and help offset the cost of food trucks. So yeah, it's a great way to get involved and stretch your dollar towards the Extra Give pool. And partners can certainly reach out to me and talk about how they want to partner and collaborate. Or just, bring your team to the event and get some great lunch.
Yeah. Yeah. I like how you said sponsors can reach out to me and partner and collaborate. I think a lot of times what gets left unsaid makes it not happen. And what I mean by that is, Lancaster Food Hub might put out here's a way we can sponsor. And a business says, well, we've tried things like that and we haven't felt great about it. Have a conversation, as you just said. Reach out and let's find a way to collaborate. And I think you would readily take anybody that says, I want to come support what you're doing.
Yeah. Well, and
even if it's not the way you present it to me.
Absolutely. I think, what we touched on in the beginning of this was, your time, talent, and your treasure. And there's ways to give back, and giving back looks different for all kinds of people and businesses, including in that, or faith-based organizations and congregations. There's ways to get connected, and we cannot run without collaboration and partnership with the community and our partners in this work. Like, addressing poverty is complicated and hard, and no organization can do it by themselves. So we have to lean into one another and, lift this from the ground up as a community. So.
I would add too that the partnerships that we create actually have a menu of opportunities to choose from. So let's say Gardner Mattress decides that you'd like to partner with us and provide a sponsorship for the year, but then there are things you can choose from. Do you want to be part of the food truck rally? Do you want to be part of the annual breakfast? Do you want to be able to bring your team in and have a team building day? There are lots of different ways that you can collaborate with the Food Hub, because we want to be we're building community. It isn't about standing here and just serving others and asking for money to serve others. It's about how we all get to do this together. And so trying to build that opportunity for church partners and businesses and other things is something we've worked really hard at.
Yeah. Have businesses liked using the facility as like an extension of their team connection, team building?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, during the United Way's Week of Caring, we were really fortunate. We were hosting our annual breakfast and the ribbon cutting for the new outreach center. And we had Armstrong volunteers, Penn State volunteers, and M&T Bank over 3 days. And they turned this place upside down between setting up for the event and literally rearranging the whole facility and space. We had 200 people that came for our breakfast, and, it was like pulling off a mini wedding. And so we could not have done that with just our regular volunteers, because we were also still operating our services and with our staff. So we, love when groups are able to come in and lean in. And, they have a lot of fun when they're here too.
Great.
So we're already at 2:45.
We zipped through this.
Look, to wrap up our time here talking about Lancaster County Food Hub, is there, first off, anything that we missed that you'd like to talk about, that you may be prepared to talk about? I want to make sure that you have the opportunity to to get anything last in there.
I don't think so. I feel like I answered a lot. Paige, is there anything you want to say?
I would say thank you because when I started here, I asked the board what their hopes and dreams were, and I got two answers. One was that we could serve absolutely everybody that comes to us, and the other one was that we could work ourselves out of a job. We obviously can't work ourselves out of a job right now. And so thank you for the opportunity to be able to say, it's rough out here. The people coming here and the demand for our services it's doubled in the last 3 years. And so whether it is time or talent or treasure, volunteer time, anything to be part of a community that's trying to move forward together to make ends meet. We appreciate the opportunity to tell that story and to invite people to join us.
Yeah, great. Well, love all the work that you're doing. Paige, I think you're borrowing some of our AV equipment, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Erin, I think.
Erin is.
I picked it up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, there
I
it is.
feel very
So you
professional.
Yeah. So you have the Sunrise Festival. Do we have opportunity when we make the equipment exchange to maybe send some pillows for donation for raffle as well?
Oh, that would be fun. Absolutely.
Yeah, that would be great.
Can we make
can
that
take
happen?
We
care
can
of that for you.
absolutely make that happen.
I mean, my idea. I'm making others.
Yes.
Are you picking up what I'm
We'll be
putting
the
down?
conduit.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, that would
so we'll
be
do
great.
that. We'll have some gifts for you to raffle off there.
Wonderful. Thank you.
And
Thank
get
you.
that to you. So, yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll pick some good ones.
And if you guys ever want to come and, see what happens behind the scenes and come in for a tour, you know how to get a hold of me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
we'd like that.
Wonderful.
That's so cool.
All right. Well, let's kind of shift gears here into Connection Cocktail.
No drinks today.
That was
Got a coffee.
that was a trucking it.
I see that. Yeah.
Motorcycle would be up here, but that was a super trucking. Shift gear into Connection Cocktail. So this is just to get a little bit of insight into Erin and Paige. And so I'll ask the question, and you can all pick who goes first. Favorite book right now, podcast, TV show, guilty pleasure. I'll just share mine. My guilty pleasure, I think it's coming out soon. My wife told me, is Farmer Wants a Wife.
Oh gosh.
Not afraid to admit it. Still devastated that Hunter and Megan couldn't make it. They made it through the show. Romance. Every Farmer Wants a Wife thereafter has been bad, not been great.
Never heard of it.
So your favorite book, podcast, TV show, or guilty pleasure?
How do you follow that, Erin? I don't know. You have to go first.
I don't know. So I am in a book club with my friend Bruce. He's 70 in his 70s, and so we read books every couple of weeks. And we just read Rot, which was the imperial history of the Irish famine, which was really fascinating. It's nonfiction and it's a short read, but it was really interesting about just Ireland and the politics. And yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And what was the name of that book?
Rot.
Rot.
Mhm.
Okay. Thought you had said raw at first, but
No,
okay.
R-O-T.
That makes sense.
Yep.
So I'm into escapism when I go home. And so I try not to read nonfiction. So my mother and I are avid readers, and she's about 700 miles away from me. So we try to pick a book a month or so. And we are Daniel Silva fans and just finished an inside job about this beloved character who's an art restorer and international spy. So that was fun. And to be able to do it and have a connection with Mama so far away is great.
That's cool.
Good for you.
That's cool.
Good for you.
All right. Question number 2. Dream vacation. Paige, or go ahead.
Yeah.
Either one.
So I weirdly want to cram my family into an RV and drive across the country. I don't enjoy camping. I have no desire to, but in my mind, this feels like would be really magical. And I just want to go for weeks on end. And I've been all over the country, but not in an RV. And so I just feel like that would be fun and stressful.
Erin, next year there'll be some Lancaster Connects episodes with me coming in virtual. Because my wife and I are going to start to do a little bit of that next year.
I can't wait to hear all about it.
Awesome.
Yep. It's really easy when you have like T-Mobile or Starlink like faster internet than you've ever had anywhere before. It's really easy when you're in a travel trailer with AC and a king size bed. It's really easy to love camping
That's
way.
how I want
The
to
stuff
camp.
on the ground with cots.
No, I don't. No.
The glamping.
Yes.
Yes, glamping would be fine too.
So, Erin, you know my wife.
Yes.
I have talked about an RV trip with her. It sounds like she is. That is the furthest thing from what she wants to do is spend a cross the country trip in a vehicle with me. It's just not going to happen. So maybe you can work on it.
I'll try. I don't even I don't think this would not work well for my family. But I just think it would be really fun to do.
In your mind,
in my mind, this has become a thing. So yeah.
All right. Paige, same question. Dream vacation.
I am all about our roots at the moment and fascinated with Scotland and Ireland history. And my kids finally got me to do my ancestry DNA last Christmas. And I already knew a lot of it. But my husband's family is right on the border between Scotland and Ireland. So their history goes back and forth. Oh. So I really just want to go and immerse myself completely in Scotland and Ireland and all of the history. And we can trace, and a little bit of Great Britain, but Great Britain. We can trace our history back to tombstones. I can go find them from the 1600s. And so I'd really like to.
That would be cool.
Just disappear in the green for a while.
Very good.
All right. This question I like because you're the hub, Lancaster Food Hub, right?
Literally, they are.
And so I always wonder of our guests who are really interconnected to many people in town. Will you play diplomat or will you just say it like it is? So here's the question. What's your favorite local spot in Lancaster? And this could be a coffee shop, a restaurant, or a hidden gem experience type place.
Well,
we always talk about trying to be Switzerland, but I think we can answer this one.
Yeah, no, I love a rooftop bar. So but I enjoy the very low keyness of Tellus. I think that's really fun. But also the nature of this work is really stressful. And so I also just love being at home in my backyard too. And I would also say Denim Coffee has the best breakfast sandwich. So
where are they?
They're on King Street.
What's on the breakfast sandwich?
It's like a little ciabatta. They're in a lot of they're in other places where there's some colleges and stuff. So they're very fast at turning out these to go egg, cheese, bacon little breakfast sandwiches that are amazing. So there we go. Denim Coffee. They're great. So right on King Street.
Very cool. Paige, same question.
See, I have two answers. One is very, politically correct. So I'm an outdoor girl, and Lancaster is so rich with places that you could go and be outside. But I live in Lidditz, so there are lots of parks and walking trails. But I have a little place to go and hide in each one of those. Not telling you where they are, but there's lots of walking trails in Lidditz. There's actually one. It's this little creek. It's right beside the road, but for some reason it's really quiet. And it's right beside Ina's Pierogies and a bar.
Oh, like the Artisan Mill shop.
I know where that is.
And I'm sorry, I can't remember the name of the bar. So I love to grab a little something and sit by that creek. But
that's cool.
I could eat at Sukhothai all day long.
Oh, I'm with you there.
It's just one of my favorite, and it's within walking distance, and it's always just wonderful. So that's my spot.
Yeah. That's cool. I remember when they used to be in Mountville. They had a little place in Mountville, their very first place. And before my wife and I were married, we'd meet there on lunch, eat at Sukhothai. So that goes back 20 some years.
No.
What a nice little
my God. I didn't realize you were around that
20
long.
years.
No.
Yeah. By the way,
yeah, they have been. Yep.
They're celebrating 20 years this year.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Wow. I got to shout out Three Sisters in Ephrata to their new location in Ephrata. Okay. If you want some chicken, I mean, everything they do is lovely, but chicken's great. And they have big outdoor space where you can sit. It was great.
Very good. Denim Coffee, Sukhothai, Three Sisters. Love it.
And the little hidden gem of a quiet spot by the pierogi spot in Lidditz.
Yeah.
You had me at pierogies, so now I guess I got to go hike and have pierogies later.
What's really bad is that the owner of the bar there does this. It's a microbrew pub, and I can't remember the name of it. That's really rude of me. Sorry.
We'll figure it out.
Beer,
You'll figure it out.
Beer.
He's the beer guy. If you said bourbon, I would be there too.
What you have to do is ride. They have bourbon too, but you got to ride the rail trail and then come back and stop by Warwick Township Park at the pub and get a beer.
That's it.
There you go. Just put all them calories back on that you hiked off.
That's right.
And then hike again.
It's the knee pain. It's all about the pain.
Ladies, this has been a lot of fun. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Really appreciate your time with us and all the great work you're doing there at Lancaster Food Hub. Please, if you've connected in any way, remember time, talent, treasure.
Website.
Please bring it to Lancaster Food Hub. They make it very easy. Go right to their website, click that volunteer button, and I'm sure they've done a great job of showing you which lane you can go in and pick your path of volunteerism with them or donation. And please do connect with them, Lancaster Food Hub. If you want to call them, 717-291-2261. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
Thank you. To be with you.
Yep.
Have a great afternoon.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. So we're going right into our Sleep Better tip. So from our Sleep Better book, we'll mail you a copy of this book. You go to gardnersmattressandmore.com/sleep-better, and we'll mail you a free copy from page 15. Sleep can enhance your memory. So if you wish you had a better memory, have a hard time learning, hard time remembering things, going to sleep, getting quality sleep helps wash away all of the excess protein and protein kind of waste in your brain. That honestly, that stuff science says will create plaque in your brain and contributes to all kinds of negative things down the road. But great sleep helps your brain reboot, your memory improve, speed at which you process things. And then you're able to remember, like, hey, what is that beer place and bar place by the pierogi stand off the trail? So yeah, better sleep, better memory.
I love it.
Know this book, gardnersmattressandmore.com/sleep-better.
Got it.
That wasn't memory. That was a tongue twister.
Sometimes they are. So, testimonial time. It's going to do a Sleep Better tip. Testimonial time for Gardner's Mattress and More, the business with which we are sitting in. Handwritten testimonial came in over the weekend here. Just wanted to say that sometimes the mattress buying process is a journey. People start out on our website, the Gardner's Mattress and More website, doing some research. It transfers into education, whether that's through our Sleep Better book or other educational guides that we put out there for free on our website. You can find those very easily. And then sometimes it's multiple visits. Often people can make a decision, visit one because they found a great sleep solution and they got expert advice from our team. But that's not everybody's experience. So this testimonial here, how was the overall experience? They write, very good. My first visit, I explained I was just wanting information, which I got, so I could return another time. Appreciated that there were no pressure tactics, just good information to make my purchase.
Yeah.
So,
can I borrow that for a second?
Yeah.
Hey, Google, look.
No pressure.
It says no pressure. So if you go on our Google page, in all of the AI-isms that are out there, right? And as smart as AI supercomputing is, when you look across our aggregated words right on the screen there, we're pointing, you can't see what we're pointing at, but if you saw it, you'd see it. Out of all the smartness of AI, Google's AI for some reason says, oh, Gardner's gives you pressure. No, everybody that reviews us says no pressure. They leave off the word no.
Why can't they put no in there?
It really grinds my gears. We'll figure it out one day with you, Google. We'll figure it out. Yeah, that's right. That's right. But no pressure.
No pressure.
So anyway.
Just information.
Yeah. We're a little hopped up about that, but not about anything else with your time with us. We will absolutely commit to this journey with you. I talk with our sales team often about that. Like, our only goal is to help you take that next safe, trusted step forward in whatever that journey is. We're confident in what we do. We're confident in our skills to help you. We're confident in our products and our process to help you. You take care of the rest. We'll just help you in that journey. You just tell us what it is. So, yeah.
Love it.
Yep. That's my phrase.
Love it. I can't say love it.
What are you stealing my love it's now? You can have your babies. I'll have my loads.
Yeah, there's been multiple Seinfeld.
We got a bunch in. This was a good one for it.
Yep.
That's right. Okay. That's the show. It's 3:00. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next week on Lancaster Connects.